Ava Brewster Turner. I was at Grambling from 1973 to 1976. Every day was a great experience at Grambling for me, okay? I arrived on the campus of Grambling State University at the age of 16 years old. I graduated in 3 years. My major was speech and theater. I was a product of Dunbar Hall, Dr. Allen Williams and Dr. Floyd Sandel. We had a spectacular department. We traveled, we did wonderful productions on the campus, we brought in wonderful artists on the campus, so we had a great experience, and I was also an R&A. My best Bayou Classic experience, of course, was under Coach Eddie Robinson, and we were winning the Bayou Classic every year. This particular year, we celebrated all night. Didn't sleep. Coach Rob hung out with us. We had a great alumni association, and we partied the entire weekend. And I just remember that, and I think that was my junior year at Grambling. Yes, I will be celebrating Bayou Classic 50 in 2023 in the Louisiana Superdome, Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Yes, I will be there to celebrate the Tigers.
Ed Price. I attended Grambling in 1971, graduated in 1975 with a political science degree. We had some great time at GSU. What a memorable moment was the 1973 Bayou Classic in Tulane Stadium. Never will forget it. Had so many people. It was the largest crowd that we had ever had at a football game between HBCU schools. And Coach Eddie Robinson and Collis Nicholson was two of the brainstorm behind putting together the Classic. So it was a great time. Never forget that. Oh, I got a lot of favorite moments, but I tell you, those first few years we played, you know, Grambling didn't lose. I think we won something like 9 games in a row, and we were just doing it well. But eventually, of course, these Jaguars started to get their act together, and they started catching up, and so they've evened up the series. But it was a wonderful time all those years of me coming back home, bragging to my families, my sisters who went to Southern University, and we would have these big bragging rights and everything, but I was good for 9 straight years. Now that I'm in the State Senate, we're glad to partner with the Bayou Classic Committee, Grambling State University, Southern University, and we are there every year to support this endeavor, to get money for the university to make sure that this continues. The Bayou Classic is a big deal.
James Davis.
Kevin Morrison.
What position?
Al Barone.
Lieutenant Dean Carradine.
When we were at Southern, it was very instrumental. I enjoyed it. I loved the atmosphere because it was a black university. I've never been to a black university before. So it was very instrumental to me.
Yeah, and at Southern, you know, I made a conscious effort to, you know, take a full-time load on going to school, and I was fortunate enough to graduate in 4 years in business marketing management, and I actually had 1 year left of eligibility on the team, and that was the year, my last year would have been with Otis Washington's first year, and I decided to bypass that year and just go back to the workforce.
I grew up on campus, and so growing up on campus was a different experience. My mom was Dean of Women, so I knew the Southern experience almost better than anybody on the team, and I enjoyed it to the fullest. And one of the things playing football at Southern was a special kind of experience. And just like you said, I had 3 head coaches, really 4, played for 3.
Right.
Otis Washington signed my scholarship papers so I could graduate. But out of all those things, there was never a mission of losing. We were winners. We just didn't have a winning record all the time.
Right.
But it was a full experience of we were in the game, and it was exciting, and being the part of the Jaguar Nation was just tremendous. Wherever we went, it was our home.
And to his point, I think we came the same year.
77.
And we had Coach Bates. We had Ken Tillage. And then we had Cass Jackson. We had three head coaches, and 3 of our, that was after us. Yeah.
With Otis Washington, we didn't play for him.
Right.
But again, he was the head coach, and he signed my papers, so he's my coach, because I didn't have to pay.
Right.
Okay. When we were at Southern, it's probably one of the best things I ever experienced in life. I tell any kid at any time, please go to college and experience the college atmosphere. You meet people all over the world, and it helps you later on in life just to deal with people.
Yeah.
You got this guy from California, you got this guy from Jamaica, you got this guy from there. Go to school, go to Southern and Baton Rouge. We enjoy it.
Right.
Best Bayou Classic experience was when I intercepted the ball from Mike Williams, that's Doug's real brother, and we intercepted it and we won the game. That was so enlightening for me to be in that atmosphere. And we were just so happy and so illuminated from that experience right there.
1979.
79, right?
79.
Well, my greatest memory was just being around as much talent. And we were surrounded by so many talented guys that ended up going pro, like James Davis did, and many others. And remembering some of the fellows that we played with that are no longer with us anymore. It's always amazing. The more we talk, we start to realize how many of our brother teammates are no longer with us anymore. And that's something to really value. Our relationships, even with our old teammates that's no longer with us.
Well, my favorite Bayou Classic is December 1st, 1979. It's the first Bayou Classic that Southern won. The sixth Bayou Classic, but we had lost 9 in a row up until that point. That game was at night, prime time, 7 o'clock, and we were ready. Normally you don't have but 2 weeks to get ready. A week in between. This year was 3, and it was phenomenal. And coming up to the game, James Davis, the defense, missed 2 calls that they were going to run that night. But it was special for me because the year before, I mishandled a punt and got tackled. And the next morning in the Times-Picayune, we read the paper, and Coach Jackson said that play lost the game. So now, you know, if you talk about Bayou Classic, I can't have that for the next 40 years. So every day, I got up, getting ready for the next time we would play. It wasn't a year, it was a year and 2 weeks. Yeah. But as fate would have it came down again to a punt as the time was running down. I told Eric Elliott, don't send the ball over my head.
He did too.
And Eric snapped it on the ground. Got the ball off, kicked it about 65 yards. The ball went to about the 2-yard line. The guy who downed the ball was so excited he picked it up. And the referee gave us a 15-yard penalty. But the game ended with Grambling trying to throw a pass on the 20-yard line. That was redemption. That was the first Christmas party of the year. And so it means so much to have that come back. But it was so exciting to have that experience, to win, to be a part of a team that won the first Bayou Classic.
Right.
And it set the stage on why we talking now.
And it was a packed house.
It was a
70-some thousand people.
70-some thousand
I really
people.
don't have an interview. Al just said it all. He just said it all. I mean, everything he feels, I'm feeling.
Yes, and we feel like that right now.
Yeah, right now.
For 30 seconds, we could probably get that feeling now.
Really.
The 50th anniversary is like a legacy for the young guys.
That's right.
See what we went through.
Right.
We went through a whole lot of struggle back in the day. I said because we make we paved the way for this.
Right.
So I think now it's time for them to keep going, keep the tradition going.
Yeah.
And I think the fans need to get more involved into the football.
Right.
And start, letting the guys know how much they really care for them.
Yeah. Well, the 50th anniversary, like he said, it's just tradition, and hopefully these young players and young people can appreciate tradition and keep it going even more so than it has been in the past to get it to this point. So we have to make a commitment that we're going to keep the tradition going in a special way.
Well, the 50th anniversary to me comes full circle. My grandkids are coming to the game now. We're going to do the Battle of the Bands. We're going to do some other stuff, and they'll get to see the game. But more than anything else, they'll get to hear this from some other guys, and that we party with after this game. Because we're going to celebrate that first Bayou Classic win together as a team. But to let them know that, Big Daddy played when he played.
Hey, first, Bayou Classic. I had gone to Grambling, Tennessee State. I was so proud to be in that blue and the Superdome in 1979 to win that game. A lot of these guys paved the way for this 50th anniversary. JD, Kevin Morris, Al Barone. These guys are great, man. I'm glad to see them. You know, they took this, but guess what? We here.
We here.
Oh yeah, we here.
We here.
We here, man.
We here. We here. Go Giants!
Jerome Tolliver. I attended Southern from 2010 to 2012. Oh, has so many, you know, it's just Southern is like a big family. I remember my favorite professor, Dr. Jacobs. You know, she was just one of those professors who told it like it is, you know, and every time it was just like a party of learning in her class. And you know, she's long term. You know, she's been around the program for so long, and she bleeds blue and gold. So those are the big things. And of course the game itself. Just, you know, sitting there, trash talking with the Grambling fans. You know, I have a brother-in-law who went to Grambling, played at Grambling, and you know, just leading up to that time, November, sitting around, you know, anticipating Thanksgiving and everything, and just, you know, just having those good times together with the trash talking and who eventually win. Good game every year. My best Bayou Classic to see the quarterback Howard, the way he threw for over 400 yards. It was just a masterful piece of quarterbacking that day, and you know, it was just, you know, the crowd was crazy, you know, it was, and plus it was a good game. It was a great game. Yeah, those are one, because it's kind of hard to explain, but it was fun. That's the plan. You know, we try to go every year. Me and my family, we try to go every year, just to go down and just partake in all the events. You know, this year I want to make the Battle of the Bands and all the concerts that I can. So yes, I'm definitely looking forward to this year.
Darnella Patterson. My favorite member at Grambling was actually when I was named Queen of Martha Adams Hall. My favorite Bayou Classic, wow. I love all the Bayou Classic, but to pick a favorite one, I guess my first Bayou Classic probably was my favorite one because I'm a freshman, I'm new to everything. I had learned the fight song for years before I went to Grambling, so I couldn't wait to actually go to a game to sing the fight song. And when you're singing it in a stadium against those Southernites, it went straight to the heart. So that was my most favorite Bayou Classic. I most definitely will be at the 50th.
All right, Percy Cargo. I played football for Grambling 2015 to 2018. My favorite member at Grambling had to be just preparing to play each week. There was a lot of festivities going on, a lot of students involved, so a lot of fans involvement, and those were probably my best memories at Grambling. My favorite Bayou Classic memory, 2017, we had to win in order to go to the championship. It was a hard-fought game. At the end of the game, I made a big tackle to pin them back, and they had to drive a long field, and they didn't. So we was able to go win the SWAC championship. I will be going to the 50th anniversary of the Bayou Classic.
Michelle Cross. I was at Southern University my entire life, but I attended Southern University 85 to 90. Oh, everything was special. I'm legacy, my mother, my aunts, all graduated from Southern University. My dad's been a professor there my entire life in electrical engineering. But I, from 85 to 90, was a dancing doll, and I was dancing doll of the year, 3 years, as well as choreographer and captain. Favorite Bayou Classic experience had to be in 89. I was the choreographer and director, and it was such a great experience to actually not be dancing, but being on the sidelines and watching my girls do their best to show out Grambling and just to make the crowd be so excited, to enjoy every moment of it. It was just one of the best experiences of my life. I had been there as a dancer for so long, and then to be on the sidelines and get a better feeling of the crowd and all the love. And you know, even though when it's a game day that we are the biggest competitors against Grambling, but at the end of it all, it's nothing but love between the two universities. Favorite Bayou Classic experience had to be in '89. I was the choreographer and director, and it was such a great experience to actually not be dancing, but being on the sidelines and watching my girls do their best to show out Grambling and just to make the crowd be so excited, to enjoy every moment of it. It was just one of the best experiences of my life. I had been there as a dancer for so long, and then to be on the sidelines and get a better feeling of the crowd and all the love. And you know, even though when it's a game day that we are the biggest competitors against Grambling, but at the end of it all, it's nothing but love between the two universities. I am so excited to attend the 50th anniversary Bayou Classic. I've been attending all of my life, and just to see that we have this type of camaraderie and this type of love and showing the nation about the beauty and greatness of the HBCUs. I just want to say congratulations for all of the Southern University people, and I definitely will be there with bells on.
Shayna Clay. I went to Southern in 2007 to 2013, and I was majoring in nursing, but I switched over to interdisciplinary studies and education. And also I graduated the fall of 2013. And actually my best time at Southern was when we hung out at the Union, enjoyed Pretty Wednesdays. And also for the best Bayou Classic was back in 2010 when we went to the House of Blues and we hung out that Friday night after the Greek show. And we stayed out all night till the next morning. I think we didn't get back to our hotel till like 3, 4 o'clock that morning. But like I say, that was my best experience for Bayou Classics. I will be there this year.
My name is Jordan. I was at Southern between 2013 to 2017. My best Bayou Classic experience was, I can't remember the year, but a young lady, she got engaged during Bayou Classic. That was the cutest thing ever. I really thought that was so cool. And then every year that Southern wins. It's my favorite memory. I plan to be at the 50th anniversary Bayou Classic this year.
Sean Preston. My years at Southern University was 1989 to spring of 1993. I was one of the fortunate ones. My time there at Southern, I had 3 head coaches. I had Coach Kimball, I had Coach Chasm, and we finished off with the legendary Coach Pete Richardson. I had a chance to lead that school with a championship during my time. Well, I was recruited actually by Grambling State University before I signed with Southern. Had a chance to, before I enrolled that fall, me, myself, and my mom had a chance to sit in the room with the legendary Eddie Robinson at the Bayou Classic before I actually enrolled in Southern. So that was kind of one of my moments coming in. And then, of course, we were able to win my last Bayou Classic with Coach Pete Richardson before we went on to win the national championship that following week. Favorite Bayou Classic memory, of course, I played in the backfield with Alden Foster and Lindsey Scott, and being able to catch some balls, make some plays, and actually get to see your name up on the big screen along with your picture and the hometown that you're representing. You know, that was always special moments that I'll never forget. I've got 2 sons that play college football, so on Thursday, that Thursday Thanksgiving, you know, I won't be available. That Saturday I won't be available, but I'll be watching it on TV on my phone in those stadiums wherever I'm at with my sons.
Roy J. Kazare Jr. I graduated from, well, I started the summer of '69 and graduated. It was supposed to be the December of '72, but that's when the students, Smith and Brown, got killed on campus. So they held the graduating class, the seniors, over until January of '73. My favorite memory was, wow, the camaraderie, the chemistry that all of the students shared. I mean, it was one pulse, one heartbeat. It was all about envisioning ourselves crossing the finish line, receiving those diplomas, and walking into the professional arena, for which we're very proud to have done so. Favorite Bayou Classic member was, quite naturally, every halftime is on another planet, because the bands really go at it, and the fans in the stadium are just on another level. But one of my favorite ones was I had the opportunity to meet Coach Eddie Robinson when I visited and toured Grambling State University, and I told him, I said, look, as you know, I'm a Southern graduate, but I'm so proud of you because of what you have brought to the table in being an outstanding individual. And by the way, I'll be on the sideline doing the game, and hopefully after that game I can walk over and shake your hand and you can congratulate me. It went that way. So he remembered me and he said, I don't know if I need to shake your hand, but he shook my hand. I will definitely be at the 50th anniversary. I will not miss it.
Trevante Johnson. So I was at Southern. I started in the fall of 2011 and I graduated in the fall of 2015. So some of my best experiences actually started before I went to Southern. We used to always try to go on the yard, but basically my experience was Southern was great. You know, it was always a family environment. It was something I felt like I was always, you know, that was the place that where I needed to be. I learned so much, you know, I talk about it all the time. Of course, the experience that I learned, you know, whether it was in the different departments. I majored in political science, but, you know, just the wide variety, you know, in all the different areas of the colleges and the sciences that I did, you know, whether it was T.T. Lane or Higgins Hall. I learned so much at Southern University. Got a great experience, you know, Pretty Wednesday was always good, you know, being able, you know, president of my undergrad chapter at the moment, you know, while I was there, and just, you know, the experience of Southern has molded my life. My best Bayou Classic experience was probably, it might have been in 2013. Of course, I don't think I can't remember, I don't think we won that year, but of course, that Battle of the Bands, the step show was always good. You know, that Beta Sigma chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha is always going to, you know, rock the house and set it out. So of course, definitely, that's a great experience I've had.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, for sure, I wouldn't miss the Bayou Classic for nothing. Glad to be back home. Area manager with AT&T, of course, back local in the area. But yeah, I wouldn't miss it for nothing. I'll have my son with me, so this will be his first experience.
Tiffany Veal. I started at Southern University at the fall of 1998, and I was there up until spring of 2002. My first time I received my Bachelor's of Science in Accounting, and then I returned back in 2004 and completed my second Bachelor's in Business Management in 2005. My best Bayou Classic experience, I would say, was my first experience, which was my sophomore year. A bunch of my friends, classmates, decided we wanted to go to Bayou Classic. We didn't have much money, so it was about 10 or 12 of us who went all together. We shared a room. We were there the entire weekend. We partied the entire night. We got back to our hotel maybe about 6 in the morning. We got in there just enough time to shower and go right back out there to the game and to all the festivities, the Greek show, the Battle of the Bands. So we had a great time, and with the least amount of money as possible that we could use. Yes, of course, I can't wait to attend the 50th Bayou Classic. I'm waiting right now.
My name is April Bennett. I attended Grambling State University 1997 through 2002. Going to Grambling was the best experience I've ever had. It was the best decision I ever made. My best Bayou Classic, I believe, was my first one. It was also Eddie Robinson's last year. So all of my friends got together. We went to New Orleans for that first time, and we had a blast. Yes, I would definitely be going to the 50th anniversary of Bayou Classic this year, 2023, and I cannot wait. Okay, Benayville. I was at Southern in the early 80s. My favorite experience at Southern was when I declared my major to be computer science. And I had a wonderful freshman teacher, Miss Jessie Bethley Betts. Amazing first year. My favorite Bayou Classic experience was my sophomore year because I actually got to drive myself to the Bayou Classic with one of my church friends, and we got to spend the entire weekend in New Orleans. It was amazing. In 2017, Procter & Gamble stepped in to become one of the sponsors of the Bayou Classic. I was fortunate to be part of the team that worked that event. We have since grown our contribution and our sponsorship level from just the base level sponsor to now being the premier event sponsor for the Bayou Classic.